Good evening, everybody. It's Maria from Barefoot Holistics with you in mind. Our weekly live show with guest speakers from all across the globe. And this evening, we've got my beautiful friend from Cyprus, Danielle Bragg, who is a life coach. And I will bring her into the screen now. Welcome, Danielle. Namaste. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you, my love?
I'm good. Very hot, but good.
It is very hot. Was it 40 today?
Yeah, very, very hot. I was out at midday today and trying to get back home in quickly. Yeah.
I know. Greetings, Angelique. So it's nice to see we've got somebody on straight away this evening. So, Danielle, you know what, Danielle, I've wrote this down in my book and brought the wrong book out. So, Danielle's a life coach, intuitive healer, therapist guide. I'm sure you do Reiki as well. Reiki. We do
Yeah.
also.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. We had a lag.
I'll let you explain what you do, Danielle.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, so I'm a mindset and empowerment coach, and I help other coaches, creatives, and online service providers to clarify their vision and their purpose around their business. And I coach them to find their gifts and their niche and to design their programs for their business around what they're really passionate about. So basically their core values and those sorts of things. And so that they can show up in full alignment and that they are an energetic match for their programs. So that's what I do.
Hi and welcome, George. Yes, fascinating.
I also incorporate different modules into my work. So I use shadow work, shadow alchemy, and guided imaginary, and that's to help shift perspectives and work with people's energy. So yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, amazing. And on the business side of it as well, I think that's really needed right now because there's a lot of us light workers out there that do so many different things, and finding an actual niche amongst those things, I think for a lot of them can be quite difficult. I mean, I know my niche, which is a good thing, but I still work with the other things as well. But I see a lot of people out there who are still searching, they're still doing various courses on various things, and it's kind of like they've not really found what it is yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, this is the difficulty, especially with a lot of coaches when you're first going into the online space. You're not really sure how you want to use your gifts and serve people, so you tend to get distracted by what everybody else is doing online, and playing the comparison zombie type thing. And you tend to go for niches or designing your programs around what's popular or what you think you should be doing rather than, what your heart is desiring and, that kind of thing. So it's really important.
It is difficult as well because so many things, as we've said in other live feeds, just kind of flow into one another. You know, so you might be talking about mindfulness, and then some of the techniques will overflow into hypnotherapy, and and so I think to me the labels is the issue, because at the end of the day, it's all coming from source. That's my point of view, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, things do overlap, and nobody's reinventing the wheel anyway.
No.
It's just coming up with your own unique way of doing it. But most importantly, it's that you feel really passionate about it. So you're doing something that that's completely in alignment to you, and that's where values sort of comes in.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because there's the moral values as well, I think, is important as to why you're doing it. Yeah.
Exactly. So
it says we've got 4 people on, but I can only see 2. So whoever's there, hello and welcome. Make yourself known. Just say
hi,
hello. Yeah, George, bless him.
online.
Yeah.
So
Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself, Danielle, and how you came to do what you're doing?
Yeah, okay. Well, I've been doing coaching for about 4 or 5 years now, but prior to that, I was working as a reflexologist. I think you mentioned that, and doing Reiki alongside that. And I loved it. I mean, I did it for years and years and years, and I started doing that when I came to Cyprus. But what happened with me was that I sort of hit a brick wall with those practices. And I mean, they're amazing and everything, but I was finding with clients of mine that they were able to, I was helping them with their symptoms, you know, whatever problems and issues they were coming to me with. And I was hitting a brick wall. So after around sort of between 3 to 6 months, those clients would then come back with the same symptoms. So what I wanted to do was sort of dive in deeper to that, you know, on the mindset and psychological issue of, you know, why are these people manifesting these ailments in the first place? So I wanted to sort of explore that side of things. And that's sort of what led me into coaching. And of course, when you're having a coaching conversation with somebody, you're diving in really deep and you're getting to the root of, you know, their emotional issues or whatever it is that's holding them back. And of course, as you're aware, you know, when we don't deal with our issues, they tend to manifest themselves physically. So that's kind of how I moved over into the coaching arena. But of course, it's all connected. So when I work with my clients, you know, if, you know, within the coaching conversation, when they might talk about anything that's happening to them physically, you know, that I can also draw on my experience and my skills with Reiki and reflexology. So, you know, because when you're dealing with people, you have to look at them from a holistic point of view. Yeah. So.
Hi and welcome, Bex. Yes, exactly. I mean, that's a good thing about having so many tools in our toolbox, is that because one tool doesn't fit everybody, so we can pull all these tools out to help everybody.
Exactly.
Bespoke, as it were. You know, so yeah, it's all fascinating stuff.
And with the because I do empowerment coaching and mindset coaching, the other aspect to why I chose coaching was because when I first arrived in Cyprus, God, it's a long time ago now, 17 years ago, I was married at that point and I had 2 very young children. And I think it was like 7 years after that, I ended up getting divorced. And so I went through that whole, sorry, my dog's got in. The other one's now. She's just edged over through the door.
Last week we had dogs barking for 5 minutes right at the start, which was very annoying. But anyway, hi, Kathy.
So yeah, so I went through a divorce, and it was a very difficult divorce. And I had, because I'd moved to Cyprus, I'd kind of given up all of my life in the UK, all my independence. I'd sold my flat, everything. So I arrived in Cyprus with literally, you know, just me, myself, and I, and my new husband. And I kind of put everything on him really, and his family, because I was in a foreign country. And so all my trust and everything went I gave it away, if you like. So after the divorce, there was a lot of feelings of, disempowerment and like, what do I do now? I've got, I sold my flat, I've got nothing type thing. So I did a lot of work on myself, lots of healing, self-development. And so all the tools from that, I get there again, learning how to become empowered again from the start, from the beginning. And that was also something that I wanted to help others to overcome. So that's another element of my journey. Yeah.
Angelique's made a comment as well there. Can you see the comments when I put them up?
Yeah, it says all healing takes work. Many clients felt anything. Yes, absolutely. It's never a quick fix. No. And even now, with all my knowledge that I've gained from coaching, and I'm 47 years old. I'm still learning. It's work in progress. We don't ever stop, really.
Yeah, of course. I mean, people do want a quick fix, unfortunately, and I think it's really difficult, especially financially for people. If when they look at it, if they're struggling financially, I think people think they come to people like us and they'll be done in one session, and unfortunately it's not that easy, is it? So,
no.
But the alternative is Prozac, go for it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you can gain some momentum in one session, but it depends. Everybody's unique. It really depends on the person, but usually it's a little bit of a journey.
It is. And I think the journey actually is wonderful myself when I see it in people, because you see the difference from the first session and see them grow and change, and I think it's a beautiful process to witness.
It is. And it's interesting where we are right now in the world, with the whole virus situation and the lockdown situation, because that's offered, as hard as it's been and as shocking and as terrifying as it's been, that's offered everybody an opportunity to do lots of inner work, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we experienced our lockdown in Cyprus completely differently to how everybody, in other countries, how they've experienced theirs. So, and for me in the lockdown, I found that, initially, right at the beginning, there was quite a lot of fear, because there was that uncertainty, what is this virus? How is it going to affect us, our country, or our family, or our parents and family in the UK, our kids?
Yeah.
There was all of that element, wasn't there?
My daughter's got asthma and thyroid issues, so she would be on the whatever the word is, low immunity, so at risk. And her partner works delivering food for organic food company, like supermarket thing, but I don't think they have a supermarket, they just deliver. So so there was that there, but obviously the more we've learnt about it, the more we realise what's really going on. But I think in Cyprus, like I said earlier, we've had it really cushy, I think, here.
Well, it was very strict, wasn't it, at the beginning?
Yeah, the government was on it.
Yeah, they were very strict. But it was interesting, because I found that after I got over the initial shock, I really enjoyed it, because I was able to pull back. It was like all of a sudden I had the world just stopped.
Yeah.
It stopped. So I was able to pull back. There was no pressure, but that was my experience. That wouldn't have been everybody's experience.
I loved it. I mean, there's a highway just over there. I don't know if you can hear it.
Yeah.
As we sat here, but that hum is constant. And during lockdown, it stopped, and it was like,
yeah. So there was that element of, I can just breathe out now. The world has stopped, and I can get off.
Yeah.
So that was kind of.
The sky's clearer. The smog had gone over there towards Nicosia.
Yeah.
The river was full, and we had so much bird life on. It was amazing, and obviously because it's part of the land that I'm on, I didn't have to ask permission to leave my house to take the dogs out. So it's, George said he felt vulnerable.
Yeah.
So,
because there was a lot of uncertainty, and depending on your medical situation or where you were. If you were in an area where there were lots of people and the virus was really rampant, then you would have felt extremely vulnerable. So I think holding the space and the compassion for what other people were going through, because there was a lot of stuff on social media, wasn't there? So we had that. It was almost like that. Divide, we've had that kind of divide and conquer thing where one person believes one thing and someone else believes something else. So, and that arguing and that friction, but actually it depends on what your experience has been,
Yeah. And that also creates self-doubt in people as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, George works in the airport in Luton, I think it is. I'm not sure if were you still working, George, through lockdown? I don't even know, but it's. I mean, for me, the lockdown, even though I'm a hermit anyway. I don't know. I just thought so. I didn't want it to end. Didn't want the lockdown. Apart from the texting permission to leave the house, that for me was my biggest bugbear, because I like my freedom.
Well, that's it. Freedom came up for everybody. What does freedom mean to you? So we all got to really look at what freedom, what is. One minute we had it, then we didn't, So freedom was a big one, and also reevaluating what was important to you. My values came up big time. I really looked at, what is it that I no longer value? Who do I value? Who do I no longer value? So I got to look at all of that, and because it was so, at times, so quiet and still, that pulling back and being able to reflect and having the time to figure out, what do I like? I mean, I was baking a lot. I mean, I never bake.
I know, I remember that. I remember seeing your pictures.
I discovered so many things about myself that I just didn't know before the lockdown. So it had its gifts. It did, as hard as it was. Yeah.
George says he works at Luton Airport. He's been home since the end of March. Wow.
See, some people are still in isolation. We're out now, but a lot of people, they're still at home. They haven't returned to work, and
no. My daughter's a hairdresser, and they're one of the last people to be able to go back to work, which is crazy. And she's self-employed as well. So, So, is there anything else you want to add to that before we get into the exercise?
Well, no, just that I think a nice exercise is to make a list of what you value, because when we discover what it is that's important to us, and that's like, it's not the things that are important to other people, your parents or your children or your boss or anybody else, it's the things that are really important to you. So just making a list of what you really value, because that probably would have changed, because lots has changed because of the pandemic. So so that would be, before I go into the guided imaginary that I'm going to do, the values part is a really important part of it, because when you are doing what makes you happy, and you learn to walk your talk within that container, if you like, then you're in alignment with who you really are. So and I know it can be difficult, because you don't want to upset other people and you need to be thoughtful and everything else. But if you can decide what it is you truly value, or make a list, or even what you no longer value, that's a nice exercise to keep you in alignment. And then once you're in alignment, once you're more aligned with what makes your heart sing, then you'll find that your connection to source, to higher self, you're able to maintain that, and and stay in synchronicity and in the flow. And so I would suggest that anybody who's watching this were to make a nice list of what they value or what they no longer
If you've not already done it, get a pen and paper, guys. Do you want them to do that now before we do the guided?
Well, it's just they can do that in their own time. Just sit down with a cup of tea and have a think about it, and it can be it could just be as simple as what do I still like and what do I no longer like, or who do I still like, or what do I value.
That for me,
food,
for me, that was the biggest thing that hit me, was the people that I've kind of got rid of out of my life in this last 3 months, because I just don't see the point of hanging on to people who well, for one, you don't really have any contact with, two, you have nothing in common with. It's just.
Well, I mean, that I think what happened was, during the lockdown, it was like somebody got a massive highlighter pen and just highlighted everything, and that could have been people, friends, habits, jobs, across the board. It highlighted everything, Actually, I don't really value that anymore, and actually now I don't have to do that. I feel relieved. So there was that sense of relief, and it was like, wow, why do I feel so relieved? Oh, I don't have to do that anymore, or I don't have to see that person, or I don't have to. And this is, this was just a huge gift, because the rest of the time we're so busy running around, we don't even notice it,
I was actually busier during lockdown than what I normally am, because I was doing all sorts of things. The first week was silly, right? I cleaned the house as if the Queen was coming to visit. Like, nobody was coming. It was lockdown. But then after that, I'm like, oh, why did I do that? Oh, stop it. It doesn't matter if there's 2 inches of dust. Nobody's going to see it. I was really strange.
I did a whole Marie Kondo on everything, all the drawers came out, they were all neat and tidy. Yeah,
exactly.
It's
strange what we do. But so anybody got any comments so far, or any questions? Just please add them there, because Danielle's going to do us a little meditation in a moment. So, well, a long one by the looks of the paper.
It's about 20 minutes or something like that. So
okay. So if anybody's got any questions or anything so far, then please comment below. And I think we've all fallen asleep. Is everybody still there? George says he's been eating more now that he's been staying at home and we're close. Me too, George. Me too. I had to buy new shorts the other day.
That was the lockdown, half a stone or stone. We've all suffered with that, I think.
Yeah. Very well. I know you're still there, George. Thank you. I don't know if anybody else. Well, it says there's 5 people on, so probably I'll just. Okay. So want to go into the meditation because people can watch back anyway. You know, you get views afterwards as well. Okay. Oh, Bex says she's still here as well. Mm-hmm. Sheltering. What do you mean by sheltering, Bex? I'm not sure what she means by that. Is it raining? Are you outside? Please put half a stone on. Well done, George. I'm not sure what you mean by sheltering, Bex, but anyway, let's go.
Okay, everyone. So I want you to give yourself a space of presence and stillness where you can comfortably turn away from thinking and just enjoy this. And there is no right or wrong with this guided imaginary. So just relax and focus on what comes up first. Just trust you will be shown what it is that you need to be shown. So if you can, try and turn off anything that might be distracting so that you can give yourself this gift of time. And if you want, you can grab your journal or get some notes so you can jot down what you want to remember later on. But the most important thing is to be comfortable and relaxed. Okay, so this guided imaginary is called your higher soul self. So it's really about tapping into your imagination. Your creative imagination is a really powerful tool for creative growth. So what we're doing here is we're going to be tapping into your inner world and your higher self and all the aspects of yourself that live in your subconscious mind, so that you can harness that energy and all the codes and all the new awareness, and then lean into that energy so that you can creatively express it in your outer world. Okay, so the purpose here is to connect you with your vision and its underlying purpose, and to use that to support you in your next vision of what you're stepping into. So your higher soul self is basically your inner leader, and it's the part of you that is clear and is all-knowing. So he or she, or even it doesn't have to be he or she, it could be some energy, whatever it is. They are always in command, and they lead you to all parts of yourself and towards your fullest expression of your life purpose. So your higher soul self knows that your life is as it should be right now in this moment, but at the same time, it holds the paradox of wanting more from you. So this part of you knows your strengths, your gifts, your talents and your limitations, and has room for all of you. So your higher soul self believes in you completely, and no matter what, he or she holds you tenderly, with gentleness, compassion, and infinite patience. So your higher self has always been there waiting to meet you, and more importantly, is always available. So let's start. So coming in to a comfortable space, put your hands on your lap or your solar plexus, or wherever is comfortable to you, and breathing in and slowly exhaling. And repeating for 3. Feeling your body relax and let go. Allowing your body to relax, sink down to the floor, and then feeling the floor rise up to support your body. Allowing all of your attention to be present and in this moment, right now. All of your focus is on breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. Relaxing. Relaxing. Feeling your body becoming heavy and still. Allowing your body to fall into the background of your awareness. And focus only on breathing. Resting your attention on the rise and fall of your chest and your breath. Feeling your heart space open. Relaxing. Becoming more and more present. As you're breathing, allow yourself to feel a sense of breathing bigger than your physical self. Then allow your awareness to shift to that flow from above. Become aware of and feel that connection to above, that light to source, that part of yourself that is so much bigger than your thoughts. Feeling into this space of pure presence that represents the whole of who you are. Become aware that within this space there is something else taking place. There is a peace. There is a presence. There is a knowledge and consciousness of being beyond the conscious mind. This being is not separate from you, but a large and dynamic and higher part of who you are. Allow this being to pour its beautiful light on you, flowing down through the top of your head, filling your whole being, the whole of you, with light, with love, with healing, blessings, with guidance, clarity, filling your whole down to your feet, through your feet and into the earth, grounding you in the earth. Then allow yourself to breathe up the solid, grounded energy of the earth into the center of your being. All the time being aware of being in that state of connected flow to that higher part of who you are. Take another deep breath now. letting go. Let it take you to a place in nature where you feel safe. Anywhere you like. Just make it up. Sense it or see it. No matter where it is all fine. As you imagine this place, look around you. Is it flat? Hilly? Are there mounds, dunes, or open spaces? A beach? A forest? A meadow? Whatever you see, imagine, or sense, it's just fine. Notice the time of day. It might be your favorite time of the day. What is the light like at this time of the day? Notice the sounds. Are there winds in the trees or bird sounds? Maybe there is the sound of the water nearby or the sound of waves. Touch something. The bark of the tree, the smoothness of a leaf, the silk of the grasses, the pebbles on the beach. What is it like? What is the smell of this place? Is it that loamy earth smell or the smell of a nearby beach? Or whatever smell that comes into your imagination. Let it come alive so that you can almost taste it. As you walk around and get to know this safe place, you hear the sound of someone approaching. Maybe the crack of a twig or a rustle of leaves. There is a sense of excitement. You are about to meet someone special. They now come into your view. Your higher self walks towards you, eager to meet you. As they approach, notice. What do they look like? Is their hair short or long, dark or light? Notice what they are wearing. What is their particular style? As they get closer, look into their eyes. What do you see? Greet each other in whatever way feels comfortable to you. What does it feel like? Notice what is here. Your higher soul self has always been with you, and now you have access to each other in a new way. Now find a spot in this safe place to be with each other for a conversation. Sit down and get comfortable, or if you feel like it, go for a walk together Look out on a view. Find a place to have a conversation with your higher soul self. You then ask your higher self, who are you? What is your job description when it comes to me? What do you love most about your job? What is important for me to know about you? What do you want for me in my life? What do you know about my life purpose? What is it that I'm not aware of that is blindsiding me? What is important for me to know about the next steps I should take right now in my life? Is there anything else I should know about in general? What is the special name I should use for you? As the conversation draws to a close, notice that your higher self has a gift for you. Receive that gift. Notice what it is and ask them if there is anything that you should know about this gift. Then imagine your higher self becoming transparent with a beautiful, illuminating gold light, surrounding them and expanding outwards. They invite you to step into the golden light and merge together with them. Within this safe space, they fully embrace you, and together you leave the space where you are. As you both rise and leave from the ground and go higher, you look down and you see the trees moving away from you. As you go higher still, you see the tops of the houses, the towns, the cities, and you move higher and higher up through the clouds and into a vast blue sky. Higher and higher you go until you are far, far away, entering a beautiful, serene, and quiet place you stop. From this space, your higher self asks you to look down. In the distance, you see the earth as so small. The people, your family, your partner, your job, your life, everything. Your higher self has another gift to share with you. That gift is a new, empowering belief about yourself that he wants you to take back with you. Which new belief does your higher self wish to share with you? Once your higher self has shared with you this powerful new belief that they want you to hold, you thank your higher self once again. And slowly you start to make your way back down, through the clouds, back down, through the sky, through the town, the houses, the trees, and back safely rooted on the ground. You thank each other, knowing you can be with your higher self any time you choose. They are here for you to support you in your journey in transformation change. Now take a deep breath, breathing in this experience and remembering what you need to remember. Take another deep breath, returning to this space and time. Another deep breath. Open your eyes, stretch, move your body a little. Stay present and observe what's come up.
Thank you, Danielle. That was brilliant. I'll have to go back and do it again afterwards because I was just getting attacked by flies.
It's all right. I really apologise to everybody. My big dog, broke in, and then my son was calling mum, and then he came in. So I was doing this.
Oh, it's okay. I think everybody will have had their eyes shut anyway. I've got the dog bringing me his teddy.
Yeah.
And getting attacked by flies, but brilliant.
So for all the people,
go.
No, so for all the people that remembered the questions, and I'll just go over those questions again about their higher self. If they jotted those questions down, they can ask themselves, explore the gift.
It's a gift. Your dogs are a gift.
Yeah. It's okay. Come on. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, so explore the questions, get curious, and ask, what was the gift? What did your higher self want to impart with you?
Okay.
Do you remember what your gift was?
No, because like I said, I didn't properly get into it because I was getting attacked by flies.
Yeah.
And the dog kept bringing me his teddy and rubbing me on my leg.
Yeah.
They always know, don't they?
Yeah, when you've got animals and children, you should really be doing these live streams in a, I don't know,
in a box
somewhere on a mountain, so you can't get disturbed. Okay, so yeah, just get curious over the questions. I mean, you can always listen to the replay of this video and wind it back. So what is what is your higher self there to show you, you know? What does your higher self want you to know? What's important about your life, and what's their job, as far as you're concerned? You know, how do they show up for you? How can they show up for you in living a more empowered version of your life? Yeah. And, you know, what message do they relay about your life purpose? So things like that. Yeah.
Well, I work a lot with myself anyway, and I don't see them as a figure. I just see them as light, like a light being, I guess. But one thing I do remember from it, because I went to my place in the UK that I go to. I could just get there even with my eyes open. I don't need to go into meditation for that. But the one thing I do remember, which I thought was really strange, and I can't remember which bit. I think it was when you said to sit down and have a conversation. And I could feel it in my eyes as well as visualize it. That's really, and I could feel it almost in time with my breath, expanding and contracting, expanding and contracting. It was really strange. I've not had that before, so don't know what that was about. But yeah. So if anybody likes feedback on anything from that, we've got like 7 minutes ish left. They might all still be zonko.
Yeah, they may even have fallen asleep.
They may have done. They may have done. Anybody got any comments or any feedback on that for Danielle? On that amazing meditation?
If anybody wants to contact me privately to work through the questions, or you know, or anything's coming up for them they want some clarity on, then I'm obviously happy for people to contact me privately.
Yeah, the link's in the video.
Yeah.
So they can contact you on there and on Facebook.
The nice thing about this guided imaginary is that when you are able to connect with your higher self, you're able to see your life from a higher perspective, and you know, so from the bigger picture. So when it comes to what we're in at the moment, what's going on at the moment in the world, we have you know, lots of things going on, lots of stress and tension around what's happening in the world, with as far as, you know, the lockdown and the whole BLM movement and all sorts of, there's so much stuff going on, you know. So once you connect to your highest, once you tune into your values and you connect to your higher self, that enables you to become more grounded. Well, first of all, become more grounded, but also see things from a bigger picture, so that you don't get caught up in that whole three-dimensional polarity of black and white, good and bad, left and right, you know, that's going on right now, and that we're all experiencing, because this is the world that we live in. So, you know, so that's one of the good things about being able to sort of work on your values, connect to your higher self and the bigger picture.
And it's really interesting, Danielle, because I must have said during lockdown at least 20 times, that's it, I'm not going to post any more information about it, because people are just not interested, you know. The people that are wearing blinkers are not, they're not ready to take them off, and the people in the know already know. So and I'm like, okay, I'll post funnies and positive memes and blah, blah, blah. And then something will come up. And I'm like, when you're posting, it's like, oh, yo, I've done it again.
Everybody gets triggered, you know?
I know. Crazy. Yeah. Anyway, let's go have a look at some of these. So George says, it was a great experience. He's seen his higher self before. He got a large blue diamond and it reminded him to meditate. You look like George, but younger, and had brown robes and a beard.
Nice.
Wonderful, George. Bex says that she likes it to call it guided imagining rather than guided meditation. Me too. I agree with that. Yeah. Angelique says, thank you. That was beautiful.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I don't know if Kathy's still there. Kathy was on earlier. So wonderful. Oh, I see, Bex. It was an emoji that turned out strange. Okay. I wondered what she meant by whatever it was she said earlier. Yeah, that was beautiful. Thank you. Even with the distractions, it was really good. No, but not just your end, my end as well. So, that was really good. So, if anybody would like to contact Danielle for anything further, you can find her on Facebook, and I've added your link to the YouTube. I can't remember to put your webpage or the Facebook, but either way, it really matters. I think everybody on here, or perhaps maybe Angelique, if you've not liked the video and subscribe, then please do share the videos out if you feel they were helpful, because that's what it's all about, is helping people through these transitions. And Danielle, you did an amazing job considering you were so nervous.
This is my first live stream. What can I say?
No, it's been a lot of the people we've had on. It's been the first time.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
And I'm so glad my first live stream was with you.
Oh, thank you. And I'm so proud to have hosted you for the first time. And thank you. I'm so honoured that you came on.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting me.
No, you're very welcome. You're welcome back anytime. If you want to do another one in the future about anything else, then please just let me know. Yeah, so it is important that people share these out so we can get the channel moving. And obviously, the more people see it, the more people we can actually help, which is the whole purpose of it.
That's the point.
So, that is the point. Next week, we've got Bex's friend. Oh, I can't remember her name. Saba, I think, from London. Oh, I can't remember what she was talking about. Oh, God, I'm so rubbish. Got mind blank. Anyway, it's on YouTube. So it's already up there waiting for next week. So it should be interesting. And it's a lady I've not met before. So far, it's all been friends and colleagues that I know. So it will be interesting. First one with somebody I don't know. So thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you again, Danielle. And
thank you, and thank everybody.
Thank you. Yeah, any questions, you can add them to the video afterwards even, and Danielle will answer them. And to the people that watch afterwards, thank you. So good night, everybody, and hopefully we'll see you all next week.
Bye, everybody. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.
You too. Bye.